Did he sneak back in? Ah!
Hi Gary, can you introduce yourself please?
Hi, I'm Gary Gagliano. I live and work in New York City.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Well, what do you paint? What kind of art do you paint?
I work mostly in enamels, large kind of abstract work on canvas and enamels, and just started working with paper collage lately off of some sculptures that I do, photograph, and then turn them into photocopies and then make collages out of them.
Yeah.
But mainly enamel work for quite some time.
Yeah. You think your street art is good for your work in your atelier? Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What's the difference between your two works? I mean, is it important for you to work in the street and after here?
The paper stuff came along in a way that wasn't very intentional. So, but how it has helped is it's a lot more free than this work. This work depends solely on the beginning blank canvas imagination. And when you work with collage, even taking photographs of the sculptures, real quickly have a lot of content. So it's a lot quicker, you could be much more daring with it and change and add, and it's just a lot moves much quicker and faster. So it satisfies that part that this has a hard time being able to be that free with. So it's having the paper collage stuff to work on now has made this stuff actually move along quicker.
Mm. Your collage are often black and white. Is it normal for you to use black and white pictures, or because your word is black and white, or it's like that?
Cheap. It was cheap to produce in black and white.
Ah, okay.
But when I starting to do these, I printing out color. But for me, most of the time, I work in a black and white and neutral kind of colors.
Right. Binary art, black and white. You like black and white in your art because you have a vision of the world like a binary, 0 and 1.
It's hard to say. You know, I don't think it runs that deep in significance as it is. It's just very hard to say why. You know, most of the time you're on autopilot dealing with a lot of this movement. But I have been doing color in these, in the collage. But the black and white is just more saturated. It comes off a bit more real, a bit more gritty, you know. And that's what's nice about the difference. This stuff is so refined and kind of meticulous, and this is nasty and gritty and kind of just slapped together. So it's a nice change of pace. Another side of me. You can have a big adrenaline after that. You go to the street in the night and you stick your art. And is it important for you to show your art for a lot of people in the street? Is it important? I guess the thing is, it's a quick response, or it's, I don't even know. I think that the reason why was a friend was describing some other friends that were doing big projects, and it was described because they are engaged in public art and putting art out on the streets, that they're able to work in this larger format, kind of engaging everyone and just giving it out there free. With this stuff, it's so costly and you can't put this on the street. So I think that was part of also, at this point now, doing that. It feels good to be able to just throw work out there without thinking of investment and this kind of thing, and being able to just let people look at it, see the reaction on it, enjoy it or not, rather than having to always wait for a show or sale or something to that nature where someone gets to experience the work. This way it's just boom, out there, and I don't have to worry about if I can sell it or not, or what it's worth. You know, it gets out there much easier, you know, and you can do it, you're able to, without having to invest so much.
And when you was young in the Upper East Side or West Side?
No. Well, I was born in Chicago.
Ah, in Chicago. Ah, but it's like New York. A bit.
Yeah. And then when I was 18, 19, I was in the East Village.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the East Village.
East Village.
10th Street and Avenue A.
In Chicago, you found graffiti in 80s.
Oh yeah, I mean I was really little.
You test a little bit graffiti.
Yeah, no, that's
tagging?
what started me with that name Gags.
Gags.
Yeah.
It's your older name in graffiti.
Yeah, when I was really young, because my whole family is kind of Gagliano, so it's always just kind of, no matter from teachers to friends to someone at some point lands up calling me Gags.
Gags.
You know, like, hey Gags, come here. Yeah. So when I was young, starting in graffiti, doing wild style and stuff like that back then, I would always use that name when I would go out. But then I kind of quickly jumped out of that into figurative stuff, portraits and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, and then that's what I kind of focused on later, or in my teens, late teens, focused more on portraiture and stuff. You know, that's mainly what I went to school for.
And this morning you described your first piece in Cambodia? No, Thailand. Can you?
Yeah, the first stuff from the enamel stuff.
Yeah. Can you explain
how that happened?
Yeah.
Well, I got really sick one time in Thailand. I lived there for a long time, many years, and never got sick. And I was visiting by chance, and I had just gotten there after living there a long time. Came back to say hello, and I got an amoeba. And after days in the hospital, they finally figured out what it was, and they showed me a picture in the book, this amoeba. And so when I went back home, some friends brought me canvas just to play with, and I had already changed my medium to enamel, and so that round, circular, amoeba type shape I was just playing with, and then that kind of just grew into, it really doesn't feel that way to me at this point. These shapes feels much different, more energy and movement, and it really doesn't have that necessarily that idea behind it all. But it kind of grew from there, from that time.
This is the first step in your heart when you begin to use your experience in life in your heart?
The first time?
No, the first time, yes.
No, I think all bodies of work that I have done, or any techniques that I've done, I think most of the time life has pretty much been inspiration for any of it, I guess.
You go often in Europe? In Paris, Italy, maybe?
Lately, yeah. Back and forth from Paris a lot since like 06. But lately, back and forth a lot. And Torino. And then spent a lot of time in Thailand. I mean, here, New York, Thailand.
And in Europe, when you go to the street, you see street art, you meet maybe another artist, you go to galleries. And is it important for your mind to have another experience with people in Europe and the art in Europe?
Well, yeah, of course. When I go, I like to kind of just, even if it's for a few days, live just kind of as though I would be living here. Don't go see this or go see that. Just wake up, get some coffee, whatever, and I'm living here today. I'm making some things, and I think you have a easier way of getting the unexpected, meeting people you wouldn't normally meet, or making certain connections than if you're kind of traveling somewhere as a traveler, or seeing destinations or something to that nature. And through that way, I've met a lot of artists in Paris, and it's, yeah, I really like Paris.
Yeah.
It's a good city for art. It feels really good. The work is.
It's good to be in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People accept art in Paris really well. You know, and even the street art scene and the paper stuff, people seem to embrace in Paris as they do in New York. If not, even a little better, it seems. You know, a little bit. I mean, New York itself is Europe and Asia. You know, it's changing a bit now. It's actually becoming more American than it's ever been. You know, it's always really seen just Asia and Europe. New York has always kind of felt closer to what it is across the ocean than it is to across the river. Now it seems like it's getting a little more American, so Paris has similarities to New York that I feel at home at.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks to meet you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Ciao.